Hello, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. Welcome to another episode of Families and Fishkeeping. This evening, I have RJ with us. He is IHSP's son, so I do appreciate you for coming on for this one because we had some scheduling conflicts. So, um, if you guys have any questions, you know the drill. Feel free to put them into the chat. And in the meantime, while we are waiting on that, RJ, if you would like to maybe give us a little bit of a backstory about yourself, just tell us a bit about yourself.
A backstory, huh? Um, I would say, like how I got my name, like my nickname, Redneck Jesus, back in high school. I would always have like long hair, and I had another friend who looked like Jesus, but he was just blonde, And they always called me Redneck Jesus because I always had like a camo jacket or a Carhartt and cowboy boots, yes, and a camo hat and everything. They would always call me Redneck Jesus because of it. Um, what should got into fish keeping like what was it? How many years ago? Like 2 years ago?
Two and a half.
Yeah, like 2.5 years ago. My uncle couldn't keep the Oscars in the 75. Was it a 75 or was it a 50?
75.
Okay, 75 at their house no more. So we took them in our own 75, and that's just until we could get the 125, and that's like where it all started. After we got those guys, it was 2 Oscars. After we got those guys, we got some mollies in a 29, right? In a 29. And we've just had so many, like since then. I don't know how many generations have gone by since then. We've just got so many mollies now, and it's actually
that happens.
Crazy. Yes.
Yeah, mollies are very quick to breed, and they give you a lot every single time.
Yes.
So the tank that you are showcasing us, is that your tank? Is that something that you do with your mom?
Really, all of our tanks, me and my mom both do and take care of.
Okay.
But like these ones are like downstairs, and I just feed these because I'm down here a lot.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so do you have any specific tank that you take care of by yourself, or is this kind of mom got you into it and now you help mom?
I would say my mom got me into it, and so I just help her. And we sort of just like brainstorm together a lot and like make plans, and we'll have like certain plans for like sculpting a tank, or what's it called, setting up scaping a tank, and then it'll like change somewhere through, like kind of like how that log right there, it's got a hole in the top over there on that side, and it looked kind of like too open and like sort of bland, I guess I would say. And we had some like a grass plant, like fake plant, that we didn't like how the bottom half looked. And I just stuck it down in that hole, and it made everything look so much better. And I just love it.
I do like the way that is scaped out, and they have plenty of places to hide. But my question, because we have Oscars and they're quite destructive, is how often do you have to re-scape that tank because the Oscars are moving things around?
Yeah, we haven't done this one yet. But like in the upper tank we've got up here above this one where Goldie is, I have to constantly like move the air stones. It's like a bubble, like 2 bubble walls up there. I have to keep moving those.
Yeah, our Oscars get very pouty when we add decorations to their tank, and they tend to move things around quite a bit. So I'm actually impressed with how pretty that tank is, because Oscars usually are big butt heads about having any kind of decorations. But it is a really
I
pretty
can
tank.
imagine that. These guys grew up in this tank.
We got them tiny.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like, I would say twice the size of when we got him, the Tiger Oscar that we've got now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
they're beautiful. We love Oscars. Ours are in a 600-gallon pool in our basement because they're almost a foot long a piece. But when they were small, they were um, really grouchy about decorations being in their tanks, so they would move stuff around constantly, and it was like every other day we were having to reset everything up, and then finally we just removed everything because we were tired of fighting with them.
Yeah, Goldie is the same way. Back when we had Goldie and Oscar in the 75 upstairs,
Kurt.
or yeah, Goldie and Kurt. What did I say?
You said Goldie and Oscar.
Goldie and Kurt up in the 75 upstairs. They would always like tear up the plants and move the plants and like bury them sometimes. So we just took them out.
Yeah, no, I get it totally. So have you ever thought about maybe getting your own fish tank at some point in your life, or do you just like helping mom and not really having to worry about any of that?
Eventually, probably yes. Probably, most likely not a real big tank, but probably another 125, maybe.
Okay. Have you thought
Like,
about maybe what you would put in that if you did it?
that's a good question.
These
I
are
haven't
the
really thought
questions
about
that you
that.
get asked on Families in Fishkeeping. We want to know what your kind
Yeah.
of favorite fish are and what kind of tanks you might be into.
Now, see, it would probably like be like one Oscar, uh, probably a couple, like maybe one or two catfish. Um, a, like a single bala shark. No,
For 125 now.
no, yeah, no, not for 125. I think that would be it though.
Yeah, some of those fish you definitely could start them in a 125, but they would definitely have to be moved to something bigger as they grew. But
Yeah.
I like those choices for sure. And I know that not really nobody is bringing in questions, so I'm trying to ask myself. If money and tank size were not an option for you, do you have a specific setup that you've ever thought about for what size the tank would be, what kind of fish you would put in it?
Um, I'm not too sure. I know. I'm not too sure about that. It would have to be. It would have to be like a real big tank, and I would like to have like some real big like catfish. Like a blue catfish, blue channel catfish.
Blue, I think
Okay.
is the one you like.
Yeah, a blue catfish. The ones that they get like real big. I would love to have some like real big fish.
So you want like monster size fish?
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Okay, so like metalhead type. We have like a 3-foot alligator gar. We have some,
Oh yeah.
big Oscars. We've got a couple of catfish that we're growing out that are eventually going to have to go in our big pool. So monster fish are fun. They're just expensive to feed.
Yeah.
And I see everyone in the chat is talking to each other, but nobody is asking any questions. You're slacking tonight, guys. Come on. Yeah, see, I'm just reading the chat and everybody's kind of talking to themselves, so I'm trying to keep things going. Out of the tanks that you have right now, what would you consider your favorite fish?
My favorite fish? That would have to be the tiger Oscar in this 125.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Does
that's
that one
like
have a name?
we do not have a name for it yet, but I am open to suggestions.
Okay. All right, you guys, if you're actually listening to this instead of chatting with each other, if you have a suggestion for his tiger Oscar, they're open to names. And these guys are really good about figuring out names and all kinds of other ideas. So
Yeah.
maybe someone will have a suggestion for you there.
Yes.
Okay, so Liquid Zoo just hashtag name that fish. So we're going to start getting suggestions here. Oh, here's a question. What's your favorite part of fish keeping?
Favorite part? That would
Yes.
have to be like setting up the tanks, like putting the gravel in. I guess that's called like scaping. I'm not too
Yeah.
familiar with the names and stuff, but like I love the scaping and like watching the fish. That's what I love.
Okay. Another good question. Do you have any reptiles or other animals in the house, or is it strictly fish?
We do have a dog. Her name's Asta. She's I forget the name.
Siberian.
Yeah, Siberian Husky. That's what it is.
Okay, that's a beautiful. Siberians are so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay,
I can agree.
love that. Atkins Nature Aquariums would like to know what made you choose Oscars.
Probably mostly because that was like the first fish that got me into fish keeping was Goldie and Kurt.
Okay. And I mean, that makes sense, honestly, because Oscars have such great personalities. They're such fun fish to keep.
Yes.
So I would have to agree. Fish are very fun, but Oscars are the most fun.
Yes.
Let me see. We do have one name suggestion so far for your Oscar from Metalhead, my other half. He says Morpheus.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, and then again, Metalhead would like to know what all is in the tank. So we know there's Oscars in there. What else is in there?
Okay, so we've got 3 Oscars, we've got 3 Bala sharks, and they're called black tip sharks, but there's some catfish, 4 of them, and then there's some mollies mixed in there.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Atkins Nature, if you could keep Oscars or Oscars, which one would you keep? They're
Oscars
being
are
jokesters now.
Oscars.
Yes.
Yes, definitely Oscars.
Skull Aquatics would like to know if you have a YouTube or any kind of social media where we may be able to watch some of your fish keeping adventures.
I've only got like one video that's on my YouTube. The rest is like some streams when I was playing games and stuff.
Okay, so I actually tried. Excuse me, sorry. I tried to find you on YouTube earlier when I was given your name, and there are like 6 different Redneck Jesus on YouTube. So, how do we specifically find you?
When you do look up Redneck Jesus, it's got a picture of like some boots in the floorboard of a truck.
You know what? I think that is the one that I initially thought was you, but I didn't want to share that link just because I wasn't sure. So let me see if I can chat and look for that at the same time, unless one of my moderators beats me. And in the meantime, have you ever had any funny experiences in fish keeping happen where you couldn't do anything but laugh because it was like a catastrophe, but you had to laugh your way through it?
can't really. There has been a few times that I don't remember.
What was the question?
Funny moments. It would have to be like the way Goldie reacts. Like we'll try to give her pellets sometimes, and she'll just give us a look like, really? Like this is what you're giving me? Like.
I get it. I
Kurt
totally get
jumped
it.
out of the net. Right, he was over the table.
Let
out of
me
the net.
see. Chattanooga Ed says name recommendation for your Tiger Oscar, Mr. Myers. Okay, Myers. It's not spelled that way, but okay. That's kind of a funny name, I guess. My moderators are on point, and they did find your link to your YouTube channel. So expect that the Fish family is now going to bombard you with subscriptions.
Already did.
I can guarantee you that they're all going to come over there and start subscribing to check out any kind of fish content that you may be interested in sharing with all of us.
I may post more, like shorter videos.
Okay. Skull Aquatics, I'm not going to ask that to have him answer. I kind of feel like that strays away from the families and fish keeping part, and that's kind of personal. You don't want to ask somebody's child to tell stories about their parent, at least in my opinion. I get that it's a joke, and I get that you're, trying to lighten the mood, but I'm not even comfortable putting her on the spotlight like that. That's not fun.
Lame.
I'm being called lame, but I don't care. Let's see. What other questions can we ask you to pick your brain?
Look, even she said she wants to know.
Oh, okay. So Skull wants to know if you have any funny stories about your mom. And she says it's okay. So
Thing is, like, my memory isn't too good, so I'm not too sure about any stories like that.
Anything that would be.
have you ever had a situation where you were going somewhere and she completely forgot where it was and you got lost, or you ran out of gas somewhere? You get to the grocery store and she has a whole cart full of food and realizes that she left her bank card at home. Anything like that?
Well, what I'm about to say is, like, it's happened a few times. Like, we'll just be like coming home from my grandparents' house, and then she'll take the long way around and not realize it until we're halfway there. I'm just like, Mom.
Okay,
why?
that's funny.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny. And I've done that before too, especially when your brain is completely tired from work and you're just shut down and driving and you're just driving and then you're like, oh, I had a destination. That's right.
Yes, like you're just on cruise control.
Yes, absolutely. Liquid Zoo says, tell us why your mom hates stupid people.
Oh, there's lots of reasons for hating stupid people.
I can see that. Oh, Chattanooga Ed says he was going for Oscar Mayer hot dogs. That's why he suggested that name.
Oh, okay,
Mr.
that
Meyer.
makes sense.
Now it makes sense. 100%.
Yes.
Eduardo would like to know if your mom has ever forgotten you at the mall.
Say that again?
Eduardo wants to know if your mom has ever forgotten you at the mall, or I guess in general, if she's ever dropped you off anywhere and then forgot to come and get you.
No, I don't think so.
That's a
So
good
I've
mom.
nearly left without my brother a couple times.
Yeah, she's nearly left without my brother a few times, though.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Oh man.
We'll be backing out of the driveway and then realize he's not in the back seat.
Oh
And here
no.
comes running out of the front door.
Oh goodness, that's funny. Um, Atkins Nature Aquarium says a name suggestion, and I'm probably going to completely beat this up. Ocella, from the Latin name of Oscar Estranus ocellatus. And that's even if I'm saying that correctly. I'm terrible at scientific names.
That's actually pretty cool.
I do like that idea. I like that name.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, your mom just called you out in chat and said you're always forgetting things and going back in the house.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Oh, okay. Another fish suggestion name from the tiger from Jungle Book. How did you say his name? Shere Khan, I think.
Oh, I see.
Either way, I think it was Shere Khan or Shire Khan. It was the tiger from the Jungle Book.
A Mortal Kombat reference.
Yes,
Shao Kahn.
but they specifically said the tiger from the Jungle Book. So I don't.
Stop talking to me so much.
This is how my live stream goes. Okay. If anybody, yes, seriously, if any of you guys have questions for RJ, we need some. I am racking my brain trying to think of things that are good questions to ask.
I can see the smoke from here.
Yeah, my brain is going to end up catching on fire if I keep thinking of questions. Your mom also says to talk louder.
Oh yeah.
No, I get it. Sometimes it's intimidating to be on these and you're not sure if you're being too loud or too quiet. Oh, S would like to know if you could be a fish, what fish would you become?
What kind of? That's interesting. I would say a catfish.
Why?
Any specific
Why?
reason why?
Probably because I do like the dark. So
Do you like hiding places too, like hanging out in your room where nobody can see you?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Catfish are pretty closed off fish and they do spend a lot of time hiding and sleeping. So that is fitting.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I think you already answered this, but I will ask you again. Collaboration of Curiosities wants to know what your favorite fish is and why.
It would have to be the Oscar because that's what got me started into fish keeping, and
Okay.
it's always gonna have a place in my heart. So
No, and I get that. Usually the first fish that you bring home and you start raising, you fall in love with, and you're like, that's always gonna be my favorite fish. Chattanooga Ed would like to know what good tank mates are for Oscars.
I'm not too familiar with that.
Like what other fish that you can put with Oscars where nobody's gonna get beaten up and there aren't gonna be any fights?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
I
about
think
those
what
things.
you have in your tank works pretty well, right? Like you don't really have a lot
Yeah.
of. Okay.
Like I think some catfish because he doesn't. They don't seem to bother the catfish really.
Okay. Eduardo wants to know what your future interests for college are, or just, I guess, what your life goals would be, maybe.
I would like to have a job where I do something like different every day. if I do something, the same every day, it's it starts to feel stale to me, and yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
So maybe something in the same field, but you have a different task every day, or you just kind of maybe want to be like a what would you call it? Like a subcontractor type situation where somebody you have a lot of knowledge in different fields to where you can be called to do something different every day.
I would say like a different task every day.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Skull Aquatics wants to know what your hobbies are besides games and fish.
Not really any other than that.
You just like gaming and fish. You don't not really into watching TV or anything.
I watch YouTube sometime. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you watch?
Okay. Oh, okay. Then I don't know if you heard that in the background. Mr. Metalhead would like to know if you watch his YouTube channel. Shameless
I will
plug.
need to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Good answer.
Um, let's see
'Cause-
here. Beck's Fish Room would like to know if your mom didn't keep fish, do you think you'd still be interested?
Probably just these tanks that are down here. I would like maintain them. I don't know if I would get more. Maybe more fish, but
So if your mom had never introduced fish to you at all, do you think it's something that you would have gotten into by yourself, or do you think it would have never crossed your mind to buy fish?
it most likely wouldn't have crossed my mind, honestly.
Oh, that's so interesting. I find it so interesting, especially with the younger generation, that like if parents didn't get their kids into it, they wouldn't have even cared. But then when they get into it, they absolutely love it.
Well, like
Um,
I wouldn't say wouldn't really cared, but I would say because I do watch videos about some fish, sometimes. So,
but maybe not necessarily something you would have taken up as a hobby if your mom hadn't have already
yeah,
been into it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. Um, let's see. Oh, see, collaboration of curiosities did ask. We This question was already asked, but she was not in the live when it happened. She lives in Australia, so it takes her a little time sometimes to come in. But
Oh
she
yeah.
wanted to know if money was no object, what would your ultimate fish tank look like?
Mm. It would have to. I would say like a 300-gallon tank at least, with some like real big fish, like some like a blue catfish, maybe a few Oscars. I'm not familiar with names, but like I would get some fish that would get like real big. Maybe a few red tail catfish, in a bigger tank.
And red tails are really fun.
Yes.
They also have characters very similar to Oscars. They have pouty moments. They can be extremely goofy. So definitely another fun choice. Um, Here's another question for you. Do you think you'll have your own tank once you move out on your own?
Probably a smaller one.
When you say smaller, what size do you think that you would start out with
I
on
would
your
I
own?
would say I would say a 75, because that's what we started with, but it would have to be either a 75 or like a 30-gallon tank.
Okay. Okay. 30 to 75 gallon, those fish that you were mentioning would be okay for a very small time frame. So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, that's definitely a good start, but it's one of those where you would definitely need to be prepared for those fish to grow larger, and you would definitely need a backup plan for when they
Yeah.
do so
Well,
because they grow fast.
yeah. When I've got those tanks, I'm not gonna have fish that are gonna grow real big. At least for the time being, I won't have any or get any. I would keep like mollies or something like that.
Okay. Just to kind of dip your toes in and make sure that you got it all down without mom's help first, maybe.
Pretty much.
Okay, I gotcha. Let's see. I'm trying to go back up through the chat here because it looks like I missed a question, and I have to do this as slow as I can. Oh, see, dream tanker fish. You just actually answered that. So essentially, I did miss Ricky's question, but you did answer it. So what do you do right now? Are you still in high school, or are you like graduated but kind of working toward college?
I am actually out of high school. I graduated back in last year actually.
Okay. Okay. What was
Eventually,
that like, actually, with COVID and everything going on? Did you actually get a graduation ceremony, or it was like, we're gonna mail you your diploma, congratulations, bye?
well, I was already doing like online school before it happened. I was going to actual high school in like my freshman year, and went to online for the next 2-3 years, and it wasn't online. It was like a Zoom meeting. It was online graduation. It was actually pretty
Okay.
cool.
Okay. And I wondered about that because our kids are actually in online schooling. So everything that they do, is video chat based or whatever. But I've always kind of wondered if they're actually going to get a real deal graduation or if it's going to be online.
Yeah,
Hard to tell.
I would say it would depend on who's doing it.
I don't even know if you're familiar with the program or not, but it's the K-12 program. So it's like
Oh,
a
I've heard about
national base thing, but I
that.
mean, they obviously only have classes with people in Indiana, our state, but their testing and stuff is all public. We have to take them to certain colleges or libraries or whatever to do like their ISEP testing and stuff like that. So,
Oh, okay.
just really interesting because our kids have been doing the online schooling for a few years, and it's a completely different entity than anything public school based.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are really, really lacking on these questions. Come on. Eric Wyrock, hello. Okay, see, your mom just said yours was a school district only K-12 program. So they are in
Yeah.
a K-12 program, and it is based in our state. So our kids go to school with people that are in northern Indiana, southern Indiana, middle Indiana, our city. It's like everybody in Indiana is in their K-12 program. But
Yeah.
it's great. I love it. Question from Eduardo: what special interest in freelancing do you actually have interest in? Because you mentioned that the job that you would like to have, you
Yeah.
want to have a different task every day. So I guess that would be freelancing. Is there one specific field in that you want to be part of?
I would say if it's like building stuff or taking something apart, fixing it, putting it back together, because I love doing that. I would say that
Okay.
would have to be it.
Okay, so yeah, you want to get into like building and that. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Kind of like cars, I would say.
Okay. See, and that's a good one actually. Metalhead is actually a mechanic. So while he is a mechanic and he works on cars, he doesn't necessarily do the same thing every single time with every single car.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you have that knowledge in knowing how to work on a car, but you're not doing the same thing every single day.
Yep.
I like that idea. And I did see another question. Oh, here we go. S would like to know what your friends think of your fish tanks, or do your friends even know that you're into fish keeping?
A few of my like online friends that I talk to on Discord or whatever, I've talked to them about it. They've asked me a few questions. They honestly think that it's pretty cool. They do like my fish. Like one or two of them used to keep some fish. One of them currently keeps fish, and he said he used to take care of Oscars as well. So that was pretty cool.
Okay. Have any of them maybe shown interest and started asking you questions about fish and how maybe they can get into it?
I think one of them have, yes.
Okay. I like that idea too. See, we want this younger generation to keep up this fish keeping hobby because we can't do it forever.
Yeah.
Chattanooga Ed would like to know if there's anything you're hoping for Christmas that might be fish related.
Mm, not really, because like what we have right now is about just what I want, you know.
Okay, you're not getting that itch to maybe get another tank or get different
Well,
decorations.
we're hoping to get some stock tanks, some like
Okay.
300-gallon tanks soon. Probably not soon, but
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, and then your mom says your mom knows more than you do. That's fine. We're here to teach you more about fish if you want to know about fish. Um, Again, a question from your mom. She wants to know what questions your friends may have been asking you about fish.
I would have to say like how long I've been doing it, or how many tanks I have, or how many fish that I've got. Um,
Okay.
if it's easy or if it's hard. I've told them once you know how, it's actually kind of easy. At least in my eyes, it's like that.
Yeah, I think once you kind of get the general idea of making sure that they have clean water and you're feeding them properly, from there it's kind of you have a huge outpouring of people that you can go to for advice.
Yes, exactly.
Let me see. Oh, the more knowing more about you than actually your mom says that was the mechanic thing, not the fish thing.
Oh yeah.
Working on cars, your mom says she knows more than you do.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Um,
I still know a bit about cars, so it's just
Learning about cars can be fun too, as long as you have the correct teacher.
yeah.
I know more about cars than I probably should because my husband has taught me everything, and that's been over the last 20 plus years. So
Yeah.
I know more about cars than I should, maybe, but it's also good knowledge to have.
Yes. Yeah. It's really good.
Pretty hard to get me stuck anywhere and have a mechanical or vehicle issue without being able to at least call somebody and go, okay, I know this is what's going on. Come and help me out.
Exactly.
Um, let's see here. I'm still not seeing any other questions, and I am trying Oh, okay. Eduardo said, how did you get into being interested in building things? Is there any kind of life story history that may have given you that drive? So that goes back to what you eventually want to start doing in your career.
I would say because like I grew up, my grandpa. I learned my numbers from like wrench sizes, and my grandpa would always take me to his job site because he was a carpenter. He had his own little company going.
Yeah,
He would always,
carpentry is definitely a good skill to have.
yes.
It's also a really good skill to have when you're a fish keeper and you end up with a tank that has a stand that is flimsy, it needs to be rebuilt, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, I
like
know how to do this. This is great.
yeah. That's how it was for these tanks though. My uncle and his friend came over and built this stand for the both of the 125s.
Yeah. And you always feel so much better when you build a stand and then people come over and see that and they're like, oh, where did you get that? And you can kind of
Yeah,
puff up your chest and go, I built that.
right.
You can't buy that anywhere. I did that. Beck's Fish Room wants to know if you're interested in joining a fish club or group anywhere near you or anything
Um,
similar, like maybe becoming part of the YouTube Fish Fam.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Well, I definitely will let you know. I don't know if there are any fish clubs or groups in your area. Your mom would know that more than us, but being that you're part of this tonight, you're kind of already part of the fish family. So you're going to be able to reach out to anybody that you're seeing in this chat right now for any kind of questions.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm sure a lot of people already subscribe to your channel. So you can upload videos and put questions in there that people are going to reach out to you and answer for you. You're already part of the fish fam.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm running through the chat here just to see. Your mom says the stands are built into a nook under the basement stairs. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Like when you come down the stairs and like right to the left was this like little indention that goes under the stairs, and that's where they built the stands.
So, kind of like the little cupboard that Harry Potter lived in. Just saying.
Sort of, yeah.
I'm not understanding. Your mom just said that is for saying that, Miss Lady. I don't understand what that means. Oh, maybe about the tank stands? I'm not sure. Mike's Aquatics and Things says that he hereby decrees you a junior member of the Kansas posse. So you're already part of the fish fam and you're going to be part of clubs that you didn't even know existed just for being
Yeah,
here.
that's cool though. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, you kind of you're definitely a part of the fish fam now because you're part of this and your name is now out there. There's going to be a lot of people that you're going to meet over the next couple of weeks that are definitely going to reach out. And if you have any questions or want to start setting up tanks, we're going to be here for you. These guys
Yeah,
have so much knowledge on fish. Any of them are going to have knowledge on fish and they're going to be able to help you out for sure.
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Now part of Mayhem too.
Metalhead says you're also part of the Mayhem. That's on Monday nights at 7 p.m. It's a little more adult over there. This is very much
Oh yeah.
family friendly here. But you're part of that too now.
Awesome.
Let me see. I am not seeing any more questions currently. Is there anything that you might want to ask anybody in the chat or just any kind of general fish questions that you may have?
Um, I would
I
have
know I'm
to.
putting you on the spot. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. My question would be, what is everyone's ideal tank size?
Oh, okay. That's a really good question, and I will give people the chance to answer that. If you guys didn't hear him, he wants to know your ideal tank size.
Can't own the river.
Metalhead just said you can't own the river. Um, I will tell you that for us, we have a 600-gallon Intex pool in our basement full of fish. And if we can go bigger, we will go bigger. When you're into it the way we are into it, it's hard to stop at a certain size tank. So you just want to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger and see how far you can push those limits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Couple of people are saying 40-gallon breeders. Pride Moore's Fish said, is that 300,000? 30. Wait. 3 million gallons. Sorry, it took me a minute.
Oh, Jesus.
But then your mom just put in here, you said you were interested in some of the OBs and Frontosa we just got. Do you have any questions for chat about either of those kinds of fish?
Oh, yes. I would say I'm interested in the Frontosas. I believe
Okay.
that's the right one. What would be like? What tank would be big enough? What size of tank would be big enough for one of those?
So for Frontosa, we actually do have Frontosa, and I'm seeing if I can bring my phone up so that I can show you that. Maybe.
And they are, oh,
There we go. Okay. They actually,
I don't know what that was.
this is being really annoying. So I don't know. There you go. These guys are actually in a 155, 150, 155. And
Oh.
we have, I don't even know how many. But they're very slow growers. So
Yeah.
you can have them in a smaller tank and you have the chance to actually be able to move them. No, it's not. Hang on. No, it's in there. Right? Are you seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I
They
thought.
look like zebras.
So, yeah, that's one of our Frontosa that's actually allowing himself to be seen.
That's cool.
But they like to definitely, what am I trying to say? They're slow growers, so you can definitely move them to bigger tanks in the future. We've had these guys for a long time.
Awesome.
And they just don't move.
That's good to know.
They don't grow very fast at all.
And then we've got the black widow.
And then I know I was trying, because I can't move my camera around, it's being really annoying. We have green terror in there also, as you can see.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a substantially large tank, so everything that's in here, for the most part, we've had to move some because they start fighting, but for the most part, everybody in this tank gets along.
Awesome. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. But your Frontosa are very slow movers. Growers, not movers.
Yeah.
So it's not, those would definitely be ones that you could start off in a smaller, like a 75, and over time move them
Yeah.
And they're super, super chill fish. Like, super chill. And they always look like they are angry, which I absolutely love. They always look so mad, but they're not.
Yeah, the Frontosas, Frontosas that we've got, they've got they've got the stripes, but they've got like a hint of blue, like they've got a blue tint on them almost, and it looks really cool.
And it's funny because I'm sitting in a corner to where it's kind of hard for me to actually show you the rest of them, but some of them have much darker blue to them than that specific guy that you saw. Some of them are a lot darker blue in the face, but they're the blue Zaire.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're pretty sure they're blue Zaire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same as what we've got. So.
We actually just 2 weeks ago, I think, no, 2 weeks ago, went to Ohio and got some Black Widow Frontosa, and they are absolutely gorgeous, but they are so tiny and they're so timid. A question for me, but anyway, is that holy rock in your tank? If so, does it keep your pH levels higher? I don't know. Is this holy rock in the 150 over here?
Fake.
Okay, so it's fake rock. It's not actually real. It's more like I don't know. It's fake, so it doesn't affect our pH levels.
Well, the white rock
tank. That
is fake.
yeah.
The rocks over here are, and they are not the kind that raise pH. But
Okay.
I have crushed coral mixed into the sand, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. Sorry. I don't typically showcase our tanks on my live streams. It's typically just me and whoever I'm talking to. So I think that one kind of threw everybody for a loop a little bit. Let me see.
But it looks real.
Yeah, it does. I actually really like the rock that's in that tank. So.
Yeah. IHSP, this guy said they were blunting or something odd. His accent was hard to understand. Does that make sense? I don't really know too much about Frontosa.
What?
IHSP has a comment. If you go in the chat, she said the guy was trying to explain, I guess, what kind of Frontosa they were.
Yeah, the blue Zaire are significantly blue, which I have one in there that has a lot of blue on it.
Okay.
When we got those, it was kind of a hodgepodge. We don't know truly what they are. But,
so does the ballooning or whatever, does that make sense to you?
Well,
does that sound?
There's a lot of variations.
Well, I mean,
just like
is there
a strain of the Black Widow strain? I mean, that's new.
She says, is there a type of Frontosa that starts with a B? The only one I know of is the blue Zaire.
Well, yeah, the blue Zaire.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that he said they was the blue Zaire.
There's another one too, but blue Zaire is like the cream of the crop.
I'm actually.
Well, until the Black Widow came.
No, I know. The Black Widow is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know for sure, and it's hard to kind of Google and stay present in all of this at the same time. So the only one that I know of right offhand is the blue Zaire.
The blue Zaire is the high dollar.
Yeah. Jeremy, RJ actually did answer that question earlier. He did say that when he moves out, he's thinking about maybe getting a tank, but he wants to start small, maybe like 35 to 75 to start with some smaller fish just to see how it goes.
Yes.
Right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Burundi.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Yep. Burundi is another.
And I think
which we
That
think
could be
most
what-
of the Frontosa that we
Well,
have are the
I think
Burundi.
That's what the one is. Because he's really close to a blue Zaire.
Yeah, we think most of the ones that we have are either Blue Zaire or the Burundi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Burundi definitely sounds, that is definitely a breed of Frontosa for sure. Pridemore says, I like the red Frontosa or the red Black Widows. So we have Black Widows, but they're not red.
They're white.
They're like gold and black. They're super cute, but they're also only like an inch, if they're even that right now. They're super tiny.
Kind of like seeing red.
Oh, those are gonna look so awesome when they grow up.
Say that again.
I said those are gonna look so awesome when they grow up.
We are so excited about these Black Widows. Like, we went to Ohio for the OCA, the Ohio Cichlid Association swap meet, whatever that they had. And we ended up stopping at a fish store not very far from there. And they had these little Black Widow Frontosa, and we had a coupon from OCA that gave us a huge discount on any cichlids in the store, so we ended up buying 2.
Oh, cool.
And
That's cool.
they're so cute. They're just so cute.
I want to say the Burundi are more of what you thought versus
Burundi does sound like the more popular
the more
Frontosa.
common one that you
Right.
find.
Right.
The blue Zaire are really hard to find. Except I think I have them. I think.
The blue Zaire are hard to find, and they're quite a bit more expensive because they're hard to find. The Burundis, I think, the Burundis at least are more popular here as far as Frontosa
Well,
go.
here we just get a hodgepodge.
Oh, yeah.
I bought all those guys at the same time. And I've got that one right there, doesn't have an ounce of blue on him.
Right.
And this one over here is like 10 different shades of blue.
Your mom says the twins are up front. So is that like the orange and yellowish looking ones that are the front of your tank right
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Are those lemon Oscars? Or are those Gouramis? Or
No, they're Oscars. I forget.
Red tiger.
I believe she said it was like albino red Oscars or something
Okay.
like
okay. They are cute.
I can see that here, lady. Now, hey, get it together.
that.
This is a family channel. I have to contain myself because otherwise I would be flipping him the bird. But we're not gonna do that. Okay, Jeremy, you say you've been preoccupied, but come up with some more questions for us, guy, because you're really good about asking questions, and I still have a full hour. IHSP says we think they're bronze copper albino mix per Daniken Aquatics.
We get
Okay.
down.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? Bring him up.
Who?
Bring just his feet up.
Just let
Click on his.
me.
Bring it up.
Nope, that didn't do it.
But you can show just his feet.
How? There we go. Like that. There we go. Okay. So we're putting you on the spotlight for just a second and letting everybody see your tank.
Okay.
It is. See, Metalhead is behind the times and he's not seeing because you're on YouTube. It's up.
Oh, okay.
Anywho, so if anybody wants to see,
How far behind is this?
you're pretty far behind. Jeremy, we did ask what his friends thought about him having fish,
There we go.
and he said they have asked questions, but I don't know. Did you answer whether or not you have persuaded friends to start getting their own fish tanks?
I'm not sure if I persuaded any of them, but I'm pretty sure one of them were asking questions about, getting into it.
Okay, so a little bit more work and they may end up with their own fish tanks. Cool.
Yes.
It looked like red to me.
Okay, I know.
They're cool nonetheless.
Absolutely. No, those Oscars are just so cute. I love it.
Yeah, the yellow ones always stay together.
I'd believe it. Um, I was going to see. See, I don't really know how to do the whole Discord thing very well, but I have a Patty's Here video and I don't know how to share it. But Patty's here, y'all. She said, "Hello, Lady Metalhead. What up, everybody? Hello, stupid people offspring."
Hello. How are you?
Sounds like Patty. Patty is our renowned fish fam troublemaker, but we absolutely all love her.
Yes, I've heard about Patty from my mom. She
We
seems
love
pretty-
Patty.
If she likes you, you made it.
Patty is the best. Beck's Fish Room would like to know if you're interested in breeding your fish at all.
I would love to eventually have breeding Oscars. And me and my mom both would love to have some breeding Oscars.
We actually had a pair of breeding Oscars like 18 years ago, and she was pregnant and we didn't know it, and we also didn't know that they are very timid when they get pregnant and they have to have like very quiet, very dark surroundings, and she ended up egg ridden and she died, and it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it sucked at the time because we didn't really know that that was the case. But now that we know, if this happens again, we know the steps that we need to take to hopefully make sure that everything is successful.
The early days of the
Yeah.
mayhem.
I actually have a little 3-gallon fish tank at work that's got some Stephen P. guppies in it.
That's
And,
their actual breed name.
They're from the Guppy Mosh Pit. But anyway, I went into work Friday morning, turned on their light, went to start feeding everybody, and noticed something really weird in the tank. And I looked closer and realized that my female had babies sometime between when I left Thursday evening to when I got there Friday morning. So I have little tiny guppy babies at work, and it's really exciting.
Yes, that is cool. I love that.
And I didn't even plan it, but I have it on. I made a little 3-minute short video on my channel of them just swimming around, and it's so cute. Okay, well, Patty is apparently planning to overindulge in eating cheese danishes.
I would love to.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Another really great question from Beck's Fish Room. She said she heard you say you might keep smaller tanks after moving out with maybe some mollies, and would like to know if you're interested in making those planted tanks or if you're going to do an aquascape, like I guess with what we're seeing right now in your video.
At first it would probably be just like fake plants. Eventually I would like to get some what's it called, like the jungle vine or something like that. Some type of planted grass. I would probably like to have a bit of that.
Okay. And I mean, I can let you know, and I'm sure your mom knows too, if you ever want to do planted dirted fish tanks, Fodder Fish is going to be your go-to. His channel is going to show you exactly how to set it up from start to finish to where you can have tons of plants, and 9 times out of 10 you don't even need filtration because those plants do it all for you.
Yeah.
Which we are actually trying to get more into, like the live plants, so that we don't have to do maybe as many water changes and have to worry about
Yeah.
that so much.
We're trying to get some plants that'll like survive in our tanks.
Hmm. The biggest problem, and especially that we have learned, is there are some plants that just won't work well with certain fish because they'll just eat them. They will completely
Yeah.
annihilate them in a matter of hours.
Pretty much everything.
Yes, like with our mollies, they'll eat like every plant, especially the floating ones that we've had. They'll just eat them faster than they can grow. So
Yep. Yeah, we have put in some plants in some of our tanks, and we've noticed, because we have like a lot of African cichlids and all kinds of stuff. A lot of those plants had to be moved out of their tanks because they were making snacks out of those plants and completely killing them. So
yeah,
a lot of our tanks can't have live plants because these fish are not nice and they eat them.
yeah.
Jeremy, see, there you go. Another good question. Jeremy wanted to know if you followed any aquascaping channels.
Probably not any aquascaping, but I do follow like 2 or 3 video channels that do keep fish or whatever. One
Okay.
that I do like watching is pretty cool. He does like nano tanks. And it's like just planted, no filters or anything, and it's really cool. I'm pretty sure my mom knows which one I'm talking about.
I'm sure she does, yes. But for sure, a good aquascaping channel for like if you want to do live plants and do like dirted instead of like your typical gravel substrate fodder fish is definitely a good one. There's a lot, honestly. KG Tropicals has shown some really good aquascaping videos.
Maple
I'll
Street
have to look into it.
plants all of his.
Maple Street Aquatics, he also has a lot of planted tanks, and I think he has some like run through how to's of how to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to learn.
Plant and fish.
Yeah, yep. There's a lot of fish family YouTube channels where you can learn a lot from these people on how to scape and how to make sure your plants don't necessarily die. They're going to tell you the right plants with the right fish. So yeah, that's.
I'll have to look up on that.
Oh, you're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna start reaching out to you, and then, like I said, I'm sure your mom follows a lot of these people too, because we're a pretty tight knit group of fish keepers,
Yeah.
and we try to all help each other out. So, oh, Fish Room Fever, yes, Fish Room Fever, James, he's another really good one that you can follow for aquascaping ideas.
Oh yeah.
And then like Chattanooga Ed, I don't know if he's still in here, but he makes a lot of his fish tank decorations, and that's pretty awesome to see too. I'm not seeing any further questions, and I'm trying to keep this going.
I know that Fish Room Fever goes in depth with his plant.
Yep, and IHSP just brought Fish Room Fever up.
Yeah, he's those Dan and Maple Street.
Yep.
I need to, and we don't live that far from Maple Street. He needs to come over here.
No, I agree. Yeah, we're actually just now discovering, and we've been doing the YouTube, at least the fish side of YouTube, for a little over a year, and we're just now discovering some people and learning that a lot of them live pretty close to us. So,
yeah.
You'll be surprised who you find and who you meet just by venturing into the fish keeping side of things.
Yeah, I like when we went to go get a tank a few days ago. I was surprised that someone who kept fish lived that close to us. You know, that sort of thing. I was just like, wow, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, because the funny part of it is a lot of the people that have fish tanks and keep fish tanks don't necessarily do the YouTube thing like a lot of us do. So when you see somebody on marketplaces like, oh, I want to sell my fish, and then you realize they only live, an hour or so away or even closer, you're like, wow.
Yeah,
I bought tanks. This
it's
tank,
just like,
when I
wow,
bought
that's
it, the
actually
guy
pretty
saw
cool.
me on the phone.
Oh, I guess, yeah, see, the more you get into knowing who is in the fish fam, the more people are going to be, you're going to see somebody that put up a tank for sale and you're going to be like, well, I saw that on such and such's YouTube channel. Is that where you got it? Or did it go down the line a little bit? Like we have tanks that have been down the line several times with fish keepers and now they're here.
Yeah,
We're not allowed to say who though.
We are allowed to say who, and I will say who. We have a 200-gallon cube tank that came initially from the Ohio Fish Rescue, and then Steven from SC Aquatics got it, and we bought it from him. So,
Well, apparently that stirs up a big deal.
I said it.
So,
Whatever. I've got more people coming into the stream. If you guys have any questions at all for RJ, he is our guest this evening. If you weren't here to hear that earlier, we're asking any and all things fish keeping. You can ask other questions, but I am definitely going to moderate whether or not it's too personal to be answered or not. So let's try to keep this as fish related as possible. The mini IHSP. Oh no. Oh no. I have a mini too, and I think that might be why she said that. We have a mini and a junior metalhead, so everybody knows our whole family is the metalheads.
I've got a younger brother, but he doesn't seem to be really into it like me and my mom. But
And that actually happens. The
yeah,
mini IHSP isn't into tanks, your mom just said. So there you go. My junior and my mini are both into fish tanks. They actually both have their own fish tanks and their own fish that they take care of. So, Patty wants to know your favorite color of Oscar.
it would honestly have to be, the tiger Oscar that we've got right now. I love the black and the darker green and the orange all together.
Have you seen the super
Yeah.
reds? Have you seen the super reds?
Super red Oscars. Have you
Yeah.
seen super reds? I don't even think I've seen one.
No,
I don't think I have.
They're hard to find.
Let me.
I do remember. Me and my mom went to this one fish store to get some to get this gravel that we've got in this tank. We saw a real big Oscar. He was a real dark, but he was red under that dark. He looked so cool. He was gone by the next time we got there, sadly.
Okay, hang on. This is just
Super red Oscars.
beautiful. Hang on. I'm
They're
gonna
like
see.
red Oscars, only super red.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can't. I'm gonna see if I can't share my screen real quickly here. I don't know if this is going to work. Probably not. I don't know if that's showing. It's probably not. Oh, I wish I could share that, you guys. I don't know how to do it.
Can you go on your phone and show the computer screen from your phone?
Well, kind of, but I'm not on my phone. Oh, wait. Is that's probably not doing it.
There you go. Now you just
Is
go
that
look.
doing it?
Yeah, there you
That
There
is
we
a
go.
super red Oscar.
go. Look at that.
That looks so awesome.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
Oh man. Okay, there we go. Stop the screen. Okay. You said somebody had a question.
Yep.
Where?
That-
I don't see it. I'm looking.
What are your Oscar's favorite food?
Ooh, yeah. What's your Oscar's favorite foods?
Our Tiger Oscar seems to really like. Now, see, they all like the brine shrimp
Mhm.
and the bloodworms, but the Tiger Oscar that we've got seems to really like the where is it? It's like cichlid pellets. They're like floating pellets.
Okay.
And our yellow Oscars, they really seem to like the algae tablets because they'll just take an entire tablet and like run off and eat it by themselves.
Yep.
Yes.
They like to play a game of this is mine.
Yeah.
Again, okay, I think you answered this one already, but Melvin did come into the chat late, so he wanted to know how many tanks you have and what kind of fish you keep.
How many tanks? We got right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tanks that are like permanent right now. And we do have one that's temporarily set up for the Obies and Frontosas. So that would be 8 tanks that are set up right now.
Okay.
Kind
And
of
aside
fish,
from
it
what
would
we're
be
seeing, what other fish do you have?
just lots of mollies. And what you can see in this tank is like bala sharks, Oscars, and some catfish. And that's all we've got is those and some mollies.
Okay.
Oh, we actually do have like 2 autos. I forget their full name.
I'm not even sure. Like, I'm terrible at scientific fish names. Terrible.
Yeah,
Tell
me
me it's
too.
an Oscar or a molly or, a guppy.
It's
I don't do
like a
scientific.
suckerfish. I guess you could say it's
okay.
like a suckerfish.
So it's like a pleco.
Yeah.
Couple of people typed in I don't know how to. I don't.
Well, short name is out.
Sure. I don't know how to say that. I'm not even going to try to pretend that I know how to say that. We'll just call it a pleco. Yep. Looks like Select Pet is in here. He said, thanks to Liquid Zoo and his Fish Fam site for reminding me to come to the stream. Well, thank you for coming to the stream, Select Pet.
Auto sinkless. See? I was right.
Auto sinkless. Okay. Sure.
That is not the first time IHSP's had to do that with me.
No, not at all. You gotta break it down into syllables for us. Yeah. What other questions can we ask?
Break down Neary Eye. Break down a Neary Eye scientific name for me, will you?
No, let's not say we did.
They've only got 5 names.
We already answered that one. I'm not seeing any new questions. I'm trying to think of some stuff to ask here. Somebody's gonna help me out, you guys. Come on. We went over favorite tanks. We went over favorite Fish keeping. Oh, there we go. Beck's Fish Room. Proudest moment you've had in your time of fish keeping.
Proudest? I would have to say when I would actually have to say when we were setting up this tank that we're looking at right here, when we got it set up and all the decorations in there, and it looked good. I was actually really proud of that.
Isn't it so fulfilling when you have some kind of an idea in your head of how you want the tank to look and you set it up and you see it and it's like you were able to actually project that into the tank?
Yes. I would say like when you've just got the stuff like laid out somewhere, and you're like, okay, when you've got this general idea of how you want it to look, and then you've actually got it set up, and you're like, wow, that actually looks really good.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yeah. I actually did that just a couple of weeks ago with my 10-gallon that's got some guppies and shrimp in it. I had it in my head. I had all the decorations and I set it all up, and then I filled it with water and I looked at it and I was just like, yes, that's exactly what I saw in my head. That's perfect. Let me see here. Oh, Liquid Zoo's family.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty cool,
Liquid
man.
Zoo set up a Fish Fam link. You literally can go on to this specific link and it is going to give you the calendar for everybody that goes live every day of the week, what time they go live. It's going to give you YouTube channels, all kinds of really cool stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to look at that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Beck's Fish Room, another great question because I think we have all been here. Has there ever been a moment that something happened and made you think about quitting fish keeping? Just, I'm done, that's it, throw it all away.
There was a point when we started to keep mollies or whatever. Actually, no, it was when we first got our 50-gallon tub that we've got for, grow out mollies. When we had first got it set up, I don't know what was happening, but I think it was because the heater wasn't working or something like that, and because it gets pretty cold down here, so I think it just got so cold so quick. I think because we had a bunch of babies in there, including like Dalmatians, and like all but like a few of them had died or whatever.
Oh.
And that was really bumming. And I was like, dang. Like after that, I was like so tempted to like not get any or not want any more tanks. After that, and I don't know how long it was. I think it was like a week of just working on it that we finally got it, it was all perfect, or not perfect, but set up good enough to where they'll survive in there.
And that is really hard because as much as people might not want to admit it, you take the time to buy these fish because you fall in love with how they look at the store. You bring them home, you set them in this tank, and you fall in love with them. And then when something happens and you lose them, it can be kind of gutting. You're like, oh, what did I do? What happened? Why? Like, okay, I'm done. I'm never buying fish again. I'm selling my fish tanks. That can be pretty hard.
Yeah, there was also another point where this is like when we were first having mollies in our 29 that we've got upstairs. We had some Dalmatians, we had the black mollies, we had a select few mollies that were named, and they had all died, sadly, because they were awesome. But then like after that, we were like, we're not naming anymore. That's like our curse, We're not naming any more mollies.
No, I totally get that. And Patty, she's a jokester. She's fun. She would like to know how you feel about your mother's insatiable desire to feed live food.
Oh, live food.
Yes.
I'm all for that. I'm not all for it, but like I don't mind it. It's actually pretty cool to watch them, swim around a whole bunch.
Yeah.
It's actually why we put mollies in this bottom 125 is to help, feed the Oscars really.
Right. Yeah, and it's so funny because depending on who you talk to, there are a lot of people that are absolutely against feeding any kind of live food. Oh, you buy your Oscars live feeder fish, shame on you. Um, but sometimes it's fun to just put them in there and just watch them chase it around.
Yeah. If people are against, live food, that's cool. That's them. That's how they want to do it. But like, I really don't like when they, go around and like shaming other people or
Right.
telling other people how they should do it. It's just on a stream that my mom was on earlier. What I heard, I agreed with. This guy was like, "That's the three most important words in fish keeping is works for you."
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I am going to bring Metalhead in here momentarily because I need a restroom break. Let's just be real. So I'm going to have him keep this going so that I can step away for just a moment. Hopefully. He looks frozen. I think he's frozen. Let me see here. And Dee Dee asked in the chat, and I don't know if oh, your mom did answer it. She was asking how old you were because I didn't even ask how old you were.
Um,
20 is good. That's okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, the whole point of my stream specifically is the younger generation and just seeing, picking your brains about what's what with fish keeping. He is completely frozen. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll get to come in, maybe not. Beck says, "Bye to them. I feed live snails and BBS to my pea puffer." National Geographic right in my house. Yeah, so I mean, we have a tank that has a goonch catfish, and I can't remember what the name of the other fish is, but he will pick the snails off of the glass and eat them when he gets super hungry. He has like what we call a derp syndrome. He almost looks like he had a stroke. One side of his face is completely sagged and but I mean, he eats just fine. He gets around just fine. And you're still frozen. Are you still frozen?
No, not on my side. He's moving.
Yeah, he's moving. I see it. He's just messing with our heads. Okay. I'm going to step away for just a second. Hopefully he can help me keep an eye on the chat. He froze again, though.
Yeah,
you asked me to help you do something.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to step away for a second. So if you have questions or whatever that you want to ask, there you go. He's going to showcase our pond for you.
Yeah, you can look at all these dead plants that they gave me. Yeah, don't get water lettuce. They don't like water lettuce.
That's actually what we.
But there's my guy.
That's what we've been trying, is water lettuce.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well. There's some of it though that actually is like over here. I got a couple that aren't totally dead.
Yeah.
But they were sitting in a bucket for a few days. I don't know if that did them in or what. But
yeah,
but
like there's nice. Like we do have there's one water lettuce. I don't know if you can see it. Like there
all
might
the way
actually
at the
be a
top.
little bit
Yeah.
up there-ish. Yeah.
Yep. See, I remember these guys as small as your guys.
Oh yeah.
and they're all 10 inches or more. They don't look
Nice.
like it because they're down there, but they're in a pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's how big gold. We haven't measured her since we put her in the 125. The last time we measured her, I think she was like 10 inches long,
Oh yeah.
or just over. But that's like, we couldn't get a good measurement on her, but that's just about how long she was.
We've actually seen a few that had been bigger than a foot, but they were in a gigantic enclosure also. So
Yeah.
given the chance and the right food, these guys will grow. That
Oh, yeah.
Oscar or that Gar was 13 inches when we got him, that you can't see with all the crap in the way. But he was 13 inches when he was given to us, and he's pushing 3 feet now.
Gosh. That's insane.
These
I'd
are
like
my
to have
basement monsters.
That's awesome.
See, I'll see if I can get him to come over. If I move this stuff out of the way. I just got to be careful because he'll go for my finger. Here he comes. Here he comes. Right. What's your thoughts on flower horns?
Flower horns.
Uh-huh.
I think they've got real pretty colors, but I wouldn't want to get any. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That is pretty though.
There's
He
Bobby.
will let me pet him, and then he's going to bite the crap out of me.
Yep.
He's kind of hungry, though, isn't he?
Now, see the YouTube the channel I was talking about earlier with the nano tanks. His YouTube channel is actually like Foo the Flower Horn. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. These guys are awesome. And now he's mad.
Yep.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay.
All right.
Thank goodness he saved me for just a moment. Okay. So I'm not really sure what I missed. I don't think that I missed anything. Not so sure. Okay. I don't think I did. Your mom says you're teasing him, Dad. Yes. So that flower horn that he was just showing, his name is Bobby the Brain Heenan Jr. Bobby the Brain actually used to be a wrestler like a million years ago. And that flower horn will bite you and he will draw blood. He is.
Oh wow.
He's I don't want to say he's evil, but he's feisty. Definitely feisty.
Yes. What's the word? Sassy? Is that?
Yeah, sassy is a good child-friendly way to describe Bobby for sure. For sure. Bobby definitely has an attitude, and he is probably one of the most popular fish that we showcase between the two of us on our channels. He definitely has an attitude that goes with his big head. Let me see here. Your mom says to show Goldie.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can't
If she feels like showing her good side.
I'm gonna try to bring it up to there we go, to where it's just you. There we go.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. See, there she goes.
Oh my goodness. She's so pretty.
Let me see if I can.
Muppet, hello.
Oh, that's bright. I don't know why that's so bright on the stream, but it is.
It works that way for sure. Like as soon as you want to showcase your fish, that tank light has to be obnoxious.
Yes.
She's so pretty.
She is. She's pretty cool. And now she's like in the dark.
Mm-hmm. And she's being a typical Oscar. Oh, you're trying to show people what I look like? No. I'm not gonna hold still.
She's actually really good for me though. She
She's
likes
so
me.
pretty.
Like you can ask my mom. Like she'll try like tap on the glass and stuff like I do, and she's most of the time won't like do anything.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty.
Yes, like she's even like it looks like she's flaring up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of almost looks like she's trying to give some attitude, but she's not so sure if she wants to give that attitude or
Well,
not.
I think the thing is, I feed her like every other day, and today's like feeding day, so I'm pretty sure she's like hungry. So
Oh, she's like, how dare you come up to my house and not bring me snacks? That is Goldie, yes.
I think just sent me a video of her one time.
She is so pretty. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, Goldie is the one that has kind of like she's got something with her mouth, right?
say that again.
She's got something going on with her mouth, like a droopy lip or something with her mouth, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Something like that.
She's got a little bit
Yeah.
of the derp syndrome too. Yeah, yep,
On the one side.
yep. She's got the saggy mouth too. Yeah.
Beauty to look at.
Your mom
She's got
talks
like
about her quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's pretty famous.
Yeah, I can't believe those mollies are like.
She is just beautiful. And also the fact that those mollies are as small as they are and she hasn't tried to eat them is pretty phenomenal.
Well, she's we've been constantly been having mollies in here when we normally don't. So I think she's like sort of like sick of them because she's had them for so long.
Oh.
There was
She's
a point
discovered
where
they're friends and not food. Gotcha.
but like there was a point where we had like two different batches of mollies put into there, and the same two mollies would survive out of all that. And then that's when we put like more in there.
Okay. It's just so weird how that works because fish that small in with our Oscars would be food. But
Oh yeah, they usually are, but
anyway, split with you.
right. No, it's just, to me, it's weird how you can mix certain fish with certain food in some cases, and then if somebody else were to try it, it would be a catastrophe.
yeah.
Your mom says she's had her fill for the week.
Yeah.
I can usually get her to flare.
That's a good looking fish.
She is
really
so
good size.
pretty. How big is she?
Like 11 inch. There's.
She was 11 when we measured her, but I'm pretty sure she was more than that because she was flexing and wouldn't stop.
Yeah, there's a soda camera like right next
So
to her.
roughly 11. Oh my. Yeah. She's about the same size as the Oscars that we have in our pool that you just saw.
Yes, I know. See, she flares at me.
Mm-hmm. She wants to fight you.
Yeah, she likes my son too much to flare at him. Ooh, there's one shot in the light.
I know, that looks really good.
Ooh.
If she could meet you in the parking lot, she would meet you in the parking lot. I'm just saying.
Oh, yes. Every time.
How old is she?
Metalhead wants to know how old she is.
That's a debate. My brother said he had them for 3 years. And then he said 4. And then it was 3 again. So we think she's about 5 or 6.
Yeah. I would
Roughly
say
5 or
5.
6.
Well, I believe 3, and the only reason I say that
Because
is
we've had her about 2.5 years.
See, 3 seems to make sense because the ones we have are 2, and she's about the same size as them. So, for her to be 3 or 4 makes sense. But then again, you never know.
Ours are about
Yeah.
2.5. I'd say, well,
Gosh,
yeah,
she is
well,
so pretty.
beautiful color.
She is so pretty. I love Oscars. I really do.
Yeah.
Seem to
I can't
remember
wait to see the
sending-
twins grow up.
I know the twins are gonna look cool.
Yeah. Like the Oscars that we have, we've watched them grow, and that's so much fun.
We took them from a 75 gallon to a 150 to a 600 gallon.
Yeah.
Right, there he
here's
goes.
these other Oscars, and is that a bala shark?
Yes, there is some bala sharks in there.
Okay. We had
There's-
bala sharks like 16
I like the
years
color on
ago,
that. It's all
and Junior Metalhead used to watch a cartoon where a shark lived on land, and she thought she could take our shark for a walk,
Oh
and that
no.
didn't end very well.
She got it.
She
caught
took him for a walk. She
She
got him
caught
out of
him.
the tank. We
Yep.
still to this day don't know how she did it without the net. But she got him out of the tank and she took him on a walk. He never made it back inside.
What was that? Dora?
No. Word World. For anybody that has small
that.
children or grandchildren, you should know that show. There's another, oh gosh. I could seriously just sit and watch fish all day long. Love it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Love it. Now those
Yeah,
two
look,
that are
yeah.
swimming together, the yellowish ones, those were the twins, right?
Yeah, those are the twins. Yes,
That's
Okay.
what we call them.
because they're always the smaller ones always sticking to the bigger ones. So
We had a pair of Oscars that did the same thing, and we still call them the babies,
Yeah.
and they're not babies
Well,
anymore, but
The white
that's
ones
just
go in between
yeah,
the
that's
red
just their
Mhm.
name.
and they will
Yeah,
swim
the
on that
tiger
whole time.
was a little smaller than the smallest gold one when we got all three of them, and now look at them all.
Yeah,
they're
And it's
just,
been what, 2 months, maybe
Uh,
3?
oh yeah,
almost 4 months. Because the one video I had was like 3 months.
with Oscars, you can literally get them and they're tiny, and you blink and they're like 6 inches bigger than they were, and you're like, what the hell happened?
They will pick
Right.
up an inch a month. Or more.
I'm just so intrigued by this tank, like so pretty. The ones that are behind that wood back there, are those more sharks or are those plecos?
That's the catfish. Those ones are called the black tip sharks.
Blackfin
Oh, okay.
shark or black
Yeah.
tip or something.
Black
Shark,
tip.
they're a catfish,
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's 4 of them in the tank.
It's kind of like a, kind of
They're
like
yeah.
cute.
They've claimed these logs here.
Oh yeah.
they're
They almost reminded me of our Synodontis, and that's why I asked, because they kind of have the same mannerisms. They're chasing the crap out of each other right now. Goodness.
No, they're playing in the current.
Yeah.
The filter current is coming down that wall right to where they're laying. They're playing
Oh,
in the
okay.
current.
Yeah.
And that's what they like.
Yep, they love that.
Catfish.
Yep. We have bubble walls in our tanks with our catfish, and they play in the bubbles all the time. It's great. It's like the one fish in Finding Nemo that, you know, the little
My
like
bubbles. Yes.
treasure chest was in there, and whenever it opened, the bubbles came out, and he would come out of nowhere and be like, bubbles, 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 and got all excited.
Yeah. My bubbles.
Yes.
We do that in this family too. My bubbles.
Yep. They love
Well,
it.
it's-
They find that current so quick. It's so funny.
I think
That
it's
really
good
is a
for
pretty tank.
their muscle tone,
Yes.
and they like it.
Everybody's coming up from everybody's. They're hungry.
Babies hungry. We'll feed the babies.
Yeah, you're getting too close, and they're like, hello, food. If you could feed us, that would be great.
We call them when
Oh, we're
knocking.
gonna. Oh, there they go.
He'll get like a mouthful of pellets and still be trying to get some.
Yeah, typical Oscar. They're like chipmunks of the sea or fish tank, however you want to put it. They will pack their mouths as full as they can get them. It's ridiculous.
I like the color.
He is pretty. That's the one we have to think of a name for, right?
Yes, yeah. There was like what Mr. Myers and Morpheus. I actually
Mhm.
really like the
Fun.
Morpheus.
I
Yeah,
like
that
the
one.
Morpheus.
Metalhead says he's sticking with Morpheus. He thinks that would be the perfect name. I mean, obviously, it's up to you, but
Yeah, that's probably the one that we're gonna go with.
No, I want.
I like
to get-
Morpheus.
I want to get a long
Yeah.
fin.
Mhm.
I don't have a long fin Oscar. I've never had one, and I want one.
So Longfin Oscar might now be in our to-do list of the million things. We still haven't even gotten the discus to go in our 200-gallon tank yet.
I like
So,
Batman.
oh yes, S says
Voice is not
Batman
known.
or Bruce Wayne. You could just call him Bruce, and then when people ask, you could give the whole backstory.
We're just bad. You like cartoon Joker? Hey, Dad.
Yeah, I don't know. Morpheus is a pretty cool name.
Dee Dee's in here.
Dee Dee has
I
been
got-
in
I
here.
am slacking.
Wow. Pridemore says longfins are hard to find. Been looking. Believe it or not, longfin Oscars are fairly common around here. They're not hard for us to find. It's
Yeah, they
just
are.
I think that's the same around here.
They're
we've
not easy to find.
the last
That's-
couple of times we've gone to our local fish store, they've had longfins.
And then when I went back to get them, they were gone.
Exactly, because we didn't jump on it when we should have. That's what I'm saying. The availability is there. You just can't
Gotta
go,
get
oh,
it.
should I or should not?
You can't go wrong with Batman or Morpheus. Either one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They said they really like Morpheus, so we'll see.
I have Rocket and Groot. Those are the next YouTube stars. And I got a pink convict.
So,
today because
I just want to go on record as saying if you name that fish Morpheus, Metalhead needs credit for that. Just saying.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Shameless plug.
No, let's name the pink convict that I bought because he was beat up.
Absolutely.
Show that
okay.
little guy.
Hang on. Give me
I
just
got
a,
him because I felt bad.
I was hoping to be able to show her grabbing one of the Malgi tablets and running with
we
it.
actually have a new fish that we just got today, and the poor guy got the crap beat out of him, but he needs a name.
Not in this tank. Although Rocket and
He
Groot
didn't
don't.
get beat up in the tank, but if you look, he got beat up.
He got beat up in the fish
I illustrate here.
So there he is. So he got beat up at the LFS that we always go to, and Metalhead felt bad and brought him home, and now he needs a name.
Yeah.
But
So
Rocket's about ready to nail him. So
and then we've got
that's Rocket, and Groot's over here.
that's Rocket. He's he's a
I
red
like
devil,
Yeah, he's a red devil.
and then the other one is like
Groot's all the way over here.
I don't know how well you can see past the silver dollars,
Yeah, I can see him back there.
but yeah.
That's Groot back
So
there.
this little guy,
Here he is.
he needs a name.
Here he is.
It's hard. I'm trying to do this with my phone and backwards and look at my screen to make sure that you see him. This guy needs a name if anybody can think of anything to give him.
Wrong, lucky.
And he got beat up pretty bad, so
Well, hope to
this
get better.
guy, though, he looks like he's wearing lipstick. That's so pretty. There's
So I got those two at the same time, so they're out of the same fry.
Frontosa again.
So that's Rocket and Groot.
Yeah.
Those
So
are,
anyway.
those are my water zebras.
Yep.
Look how personable he is, though. Look at how personable he is. He's like right there. He's had
There
the
we go.
crap kicked out of him, and he's right there.
I see,
There's
like
more.
back when we first got these guys, the tiger Oscar wouldn't eat anything that was in the gravel until like a month after we got him. He started eating food out of the gravel.
Oh yeah. This guy is just too cute. He almost blends in with the rocks, but he's so cute.
He's so personable. He swam right up to me. I thought he was a flower horn at first, and I'm like, I've never seen a flower horn with those colors. And then I found out it was a pink convict. And I was like, well, I felt bad, so I got him in it.
So I have to go back into the chat now. You got a couple of names coming through. Flax, Ghost Rider. IHSP says Preacher after Pale Rider main character. And I did see a question.
Is that names for your fish that you guys got?
Yeah, we're trying to think of names for our guy now too. So
Here it worked for you.
Whoa.
Right. Scott's Aquatics wants to know, RJ, will you be making any more fish videos?
After the stream, I probably will. I try to get one out every now and then at least.
Yeah. I know right now, especially for me, I only post like maybe 1 or 2 a week because I didn't even think about using my own channel, and he's been doing this for a while, and I go on live with him on Mondays. And then everybody was like, well, Lady Metalhead, maybe you should start posting videos. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I'm going into it very slowly, like maybe 1 or 2 a week. So, I mean, no pressure. Give us like 1 a week or every couple of weeks or whatever, and you'll be there in no time.
Yeah.
It looks like Brienne. Somebody's saying hi to Brienne's Fish Fam. She's in here. Oh, she is. Hey, Bree. Aquatic Ness. I didn't see you come in, but hello, Ness. Metalhead. Ricky says ninja.
Ninja.
Yeah. John Larson, hello. I don't think I saw you come in either. I apologize. I'm trying to keep the chat going and
Does
anyone
know? Does anyone know the name of the white ninja from like G.I. Joe?
The white ninja from G.I. Joe.
Oh God, you're making me think now.
Way to make us all feel super old and have to really pull from the back of our memory banks here.
Shadows, right?
We could Google it.
What? Oh man, dude, that was my show when I was like 4.
Right. Let me see here.
Well, Transformers, and then G.I. Joe always came on after Transformers.
I know. I'm trying to Google while I'm trying to keep everything going at the same time. Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's it.
Real name classified is what Google says. Snake Eyes real name classified.
Yeah.
Well, not real name, but
yeah.
Snake Eyes. That was the one.
Yep. All right. I mean, I got Rocket and Groot.
Snake Eyes is one of them. The other one is coming through as Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow. That's the black one.
Chattanooga Ed says Storm Shadow, so that's got to be the answer because I love Chattanooga Ed to death, but he is a comic book cartoon nerd, and he knows the answer to all of those.
Snake Eyes was the black one. Shadow Storm was the white one.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
Chattanooga Ed says Storm Shadow, so that's got to be the answer.
All right.
Yeah, Snake Eyes
I'm
was the
just
black one. Yeah.
Chattanooga Ed is like, he's the one to go to for questions like that.
You know what? We'll go with what Ricky said, and we'll call him Ninja.
Ninja?
Yep.
Okay, there you go, Ricky. You named one of our fish. His name is now Ninja.
Now you got to name the African knife that's in there that never comes out.
Oh.
Mommy's out. Look.
Oh my goodness, he is, and I don't know if my camera will pick that up.
Bobby's out.
Probably not because of the bubbles. S wants to know,
He gone.
what would RJ give G.I. Joe Retaliation out of 10? I don't know what that means.
The retaliation.
Oh,
Sure.
are they talking about a
Where'd he go?
movie? If they're talking about a movie,
They
I
wanna
don't think
know
I've
on a
seen one.
rating from 1 to 10. What do you think of that?
Where'd he go?
He's gone.
See? Rude. This is rude. Okay. Sorry, guys.
She was trying to get video of the palm knife. Sorry.
Oh, RJ, your mom says, want to do water changes today and get everyone some footage tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Listen.
That's clowny.
Okay.
But there's a chance you better get it while it lasts.
Okay, well, my phone has to enter into the studio.
He's done.
Nope, I'm not going to go into the studio until he comes back out. It's fine. This fish, Atkins Nature wants to know, are those eclipse cats? And I think, RJ, they are speaking to you.
Yeah. They are actually the black fin or black tip sharks is what they're called. Like that's the name that they had at the store where we got them. Will
I
it
don't really have a
adjust
good way
to that dart?
to-
Darn. No, it doesn't. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I'm going to set it up like that because that seems to be where this clown knife keeps wanting to come out.
I'd like to see the African come out. I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's not dead.
Just in case he does come out. I don't know if he's going to. We'll see.
This is my hodgepodge tank.
But I am getting really, really sick and tired of trying to bring my camera up, and then he's like, "No, I'm good. I'm gone." Let me see. Almost flooded the floor watching chat. Wait, you guys weren't watching my chat and almost flooding your floors, were you? Oh my goodness. That's just...
We actually had that happen once. We were doing something in the other room and realized that our other tank is still filling up with water.
That's
and
terrible.
it was a big mess.
That's just terrible. And we have actually done that too, if I'm being completely honest. Like, Metalhead was doing a water change on the pool one time in the middle of a live, and all of a sudden started hearing funny running water noises, and it went from a water change to pulling water out of the
No,
pool.
that was this thing.
Either way, it was not good. He's not coming out.
Well, yeah, you had your chance.
Well, whatever. I guess now you guys just get to like see the Frontosa and whatever
There
else.
are two different knives in there, but the one I haven't seen in a while, and I hope he's not dead.
Yeah, I know. Whoops.
Because he's really cool. He's an African knife. He doesn't even have the same build as the palm knife.
Okay, there we go. Anyway. I don't know. Atkins Nature says the stream is honestly keeping me going. Them Oscars always make me feel better. Aw. Oh, did I mute RJ? Oh my goodness, I did. I am so sorry, you guys. Like, I'll get my things together eventually. I think you're good now, RJ, if you want to try to say something to make sure.
I think you.
I unmuted on my side. Yeah, it's unmuted on my end. Okay, hang on.
All right,
Let me.
I'm back. I was just doing something.
Yep, I hear him now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
See, I'm trying to do. I've got my cell phone pointed to the 150, and then I've got myself on a laptop and you. So on my phone, I was trying to mute the camera on my cell phone, and I muted all three of us. Like an idiot.
Yeah.
You should point your phone at that 150 and be like, it's not going to look like this one.
Oh
We're
gosh. Okay. Let
Yeah,
me.
see, there's
you
our
guys are
dog
gonna
right
go on a little walk with me real quick. Whew, that was almost ugly. Okay. So this is going to actually look completely different when
Yeah. Show them this flying
after
paint
the
job.
screen is done. I don't know if you can see how absolutely
Oh goodness, she's being nosy.
but
So this is the future home of the Oaxaca buffer.
Yeah.
And all that's going bye-bye. We're putting a totally different filter in it. We're not, this thing is broken and beaten.
Oh, I
to
love
death.
that one. That one's so cool.
That's a hex tank. That's our 35 hex.
The only one that can have Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So this is the future home.
Yep. So that 150
Did I say
is.
Oaxaca? I said
You
Oaxaca.
did. You
I
said
meant
Oaxaca. I thought.
Was
Oh
that-
yes. We're actually we're gonna be putting a Mabu puffer in that one that I just showed.
Oh, cool. Was that like a wood trim on that hex tank that I saw?
Was what now?
Was that like a wood trim?
Yes.
I like that.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's actually a really, really cool tank that we have put plants in, and it's like they're all puking and growing now.
Mike's wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
after 6.
Yeah, you ran over.
Okay, I did. Well, to be fair, I came in late. Okay, so it's after 6, and Mike's Aquatics and Things is live now. So
You bombard him with the hashtag Metalheads kept you waiting again.
okay, so anyway, you guys can go in with whatever kind of hashtag to mob him as much as you want. RJ, thank you so much for being part of my stream.
Go in there and
I appreciate it.
Fun being here.
Shush. I do appreciate you joining us this evening. But it is time. I need to shut this down because Mike's Aquatics and Things is now live, and we need to go over and raid him.
Yes, I will join in on that.
So,
I will be there.
thank you so much, seriously, for being part of this. And hopefully
it's been fun.
your love for fish grows even more now. And welcome
Yes.
to the fish fam.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. We will see you next week. Bree will be my guest. I love every single one of you, and I hope you all have a great week. See you guys later.